Tucker Carlson would have you believe, and certainly his fans think, that he, like a lot of these right-wing pundits, is just really great at crafting a cogent argument. That's what it is. They're very persuasive in that way. I want to play you a video that is equal parts crazy and equal parts every word and owning of all that he has said all this year. So brace yourselves, here he goes.
Deadly, catastrophic, in fact. Listen to Joe Biden explain how many Americans will die if we don't cancel Christmas.
We're likely to lose another 250,000 people dead between now and January. You hear me? Because people aren't paying attention.
You hear me? 250,000 Americans dead. You hear me? 250,000 people. That's a lot of people. In fact, it's more than the total number of combat deaths over the entire American Civil War, which, by the way, lasted 4 years, condensed into a single month. Imagine a Gettysburg every day of the week. You can't imagine that. It's too horrible. In the first 30 days, we would lose the equivalent of Reno. The next month, Scottsdale, then Lubbock, then Buffalo. Pretty soon there would be nobody left in America. You hear me? Come on, man. Do what you're told. Cancel Christmas. Or at least stop walking.
Okay, so again, all of this is to make sure that Christmas isn't canceled or whatever. Now look, Biden, I don't know if he's misspeaking. I personally don't think there's gonna be 250,000 deaths just in December alone, but we are definitely facing the possibility of hundreds of thousands of additional deaths. But that's not the part that I'm really interested in here. To attack Biden and to make Biden or whoever wants lockdowns or masks or not going to visit your family, to make them seem crazy, he is stressing that the numbers of potential dead they're talking about are apocalyptic. He's totally lying about the stakes. He says that like in one day Buffalo would die. Buffalo has only 256,000 people, so I don't understand that. But he's saying that's such a crazy amount of people, it would be the end of the world. So what are you talking about? But at the same time, that is how many people have already died, and he doesn't give a damn about it. So when it suits his purposes, he'll pretend that's crazy, that amount of people. It could never happen. It has already happened, and you have been encouraging it every step of the way. And the number is so perfect. The 250 to the 250 basically that are officially reported dead. It's so perfect that I have to wonder, does he know that but thinks his audience won't put two and two together? Or did he actually miss how totally he is owning his own response to coronavirus throughout 2020?
When you say own, as in like the equivalent of own the libs and not like take
no, I mean like demonstrate how fundamentally false and wrong he's been.
Yes, he doesn't care about that. It is also if you're looking at those numbers, yes, I'm sure Biden misspoke. I heard of the doubling of the fatalities by, I don't know if it's by the end of the year or by like April, I forget, but there is a huge number that it will always be a huge number, a much huger number than all of the times they have lamented the deaths of people in tragedies that they blame Democrats for, like 4 Benghazis. I mean, 4 people in Benghazi, like those are all tragedies, but they completely, their eyes glaze over and they deny the fact that 250,000 is much, much bigger than 4. And when you're dealing with people like that, what is your recourse? Where do you go to try to shake people out of the insane stupor that they're in, where these sound like good ideas to them? It's so weird. I do want to say another thing, like the double orgasm that they're giving themselves is they're calling it cancel Christmas. They called it a war on Christmas, but now they have the concept of cancel culture, which cancel culture, listen, we can talk about cancel culture as a way, if your priority in a discussion of cancel culture is to make sure that punishments fit crimes, fine, 100%. That's what Bill Burr did when he went on SNL, and that's what Dave Chappelle does when he does his appraisals of cancel culture. And they're also comedians, like they're having that discussion. But too often people like Tucker have, and this is pretty much every time, people like Tucker say cancel culture as a way to get out of arguments they're losing.
Yes.
They're just, 100%. Oh, cancel, I'm getting canceled. And now it's unfair. Now it's unfair and we need to move on. They're trying to cancel you. No one's trying to cancel Christmas. They're saying you can still have Christmas. And no one's trying to cancel religiousness. You can still have religiousness. And even in your Bible, it says where 3 or more are gathered in my name. That's still under the 10-person maximum.
Yeah.
So you can have, and that's the thing, is now they are actually anti-Jesus, because Jesus said, either in the Bible or Jesus Christ Superstar the musical, my temple should be a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of thieves. A lot of them are crying out in agony that they can't go to mega churches to give their money to people who spend it on jets. Like, no,
to find out that was the Bible.
Religiousness is in you. Your relationship with God, your relationship with your family is as important as you make it. And every time people talk about the triumph of the spirit of Christmas, it's finding ways to overcome the boundaries between people based on adversity that exists in the universe, in your country, in times in history. Like every movie or book or story that they cherish the most, the ones that actually speak to the true feeling and spirit of Christmas, are finding ways to bridge the gaps that are imposed by things like coronavirus throughout history. You should do that. That will give you the spiritual awakening that you look for. And take it from me, a Jew like Jesus.
Thank you for that. And by the way, just one little added layer of insult to all that you've just seen from Tucker Carlson and all that you've seen from him this year, as he's telling people to not pay attention to any of this and go about your daily life as if it's not happening. He is broadcasting from his home studio still after all this time. But let's also add one extra layer to it. One of his multiple home studios. He has many houses. He has multiple houses with broadcast quality studios so that he doesn't have to expose himself to the vermin out there, the pestilent peasants. But he wants you to go back about it. Remember, right-wing populist. Okay, he understands the concerns of the average person, and why shouldn't he? He occasionally sees them on TV from one of his mansions.
If Tucker Carlson were a transformer, he would into a yacht. Or one of those wooden boats one of those wooden motorboats that they use to like get from dock to dock in Cape Cod or Martha's Vineyard. Like, the one where there's a photo of like Kennedy's on it, like what I
don't know that particular one, but I get the image. Yes. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.